YouTube channel Gurmantra Shiksha Ka Granth. I am your educator Nidhi Dua and I warmly welcomes you at this platform. So guys, in previous lectures we have started the topic equilibrium, that is our section 4, and in today's lecture we are going to discuss the part 5 for the topic equilibrium. Okay, so in today's lecture first topic is about ionic equilibrium and solutions. As you know it very well, we have completed the chemical equilibrium in previous lectures. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss about ionic equilibrium, but before starting the topic I would like to tell you something about some important formulas that is based on your log table. So first of all you have to learn all the values for the logs. Okay, for example, log 1 has the value 0, log 2 has the value 0.3010. So from log 1 to log 10 you have to remember all the values. The value of log 1 is 0 and log 10 is 1. For log 11 this is 1.04. For log 100 this is 2, and for log 1000 this is equals to 3. So you have to learn all the values of log, because the value of log will help you to solve the questions based on pH and POH. If you remember all the values, then you can easily solve the questions that will be based on pH and POH. Now, second important thing about log, if we have given ln x, then this will be equals to log ex, and log ex will be equals to 2.303 log 10x, and you know it very well, log 10 has the value x, that means it will be equals to 2.303 log x. Okay, so this is very important point. Now next, if we talk about the log x into y, then log x into log y will have the value log x plus log y. Guys, this is log x plus log y. One second. Okay, so this is your log x plus log y. If we have log x divided by log y, then this will be equals to log x minus log y. Okay, and log x to the power y, then the value of log will be equals to y log x. The power will came here in front of log and the value will becomes y log x. Okay, so these are the very important formulas for solving log, and log will help you to solve the questions based on pH and POH. Next topic we have is ionization of acids and bases. So we are going to discuss about acid and bases on the dilution of the acids and bases in a particular solution. So what is an acid? An acid is a molecule or ion capable of donating a proton, or alternatively capable of forming a covalent bond with an electron pair. Okay, and if we talk about bases, what are bases? So a base is a substance that can neutralize the acid by reacting with hydrogen ions. Okay, most bases are minerals that react with acid to form water and salts. Bases includes the oxides, hydroxides, carbonates of metals. So in this lecture, in this topic, we are going to discuss about the ionization of acids and bases. For ionization of these two compounds, we have a very famous and very important law that is known as Ostwald's dilution law. Ostwald, scientist, was the very first to apply the law of mass action into the ionic equilibrium. You know it very well, we have studied about the law of mass action in the chemical equilibrium. Now, Ostwald dilution law is only applicable for weak electrolytes. Okay, this is very important point. We are going to discuss the Ostwald's dilution law only for the weak electrolyte. If we talk about the statement of Ostwald dilution law, so this law says when solution of weak electrolyte is diluted, then degree of ionization of solution increases, and this is known as dilution law. let us consider a reaction. For example, we have a reactant that is AB and it is diluted in the aqueous solution. Then AB will be ionized as A plus and B minus ion. Our initial concentration of reactant is C and products are 0, 0. But after some time, when this will be reaches to equilibrium condition, then degree of ionization becomes C minus C alpha. Degree of ionization is your alpha, and for products this will be C alpha and C alpha. So after putting the law of mass action into this reaction, the ionization constant K will be equals to the active masses of product divided by active masses of reactant. After putting the values of active masses of A plus and B minus and AB, you will get the value of K as C alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha. Now, if alpha is very less than 1, then 1 minus alpha will be equals to 1 and K will be equals to C alpha square, or you can say alpha will be equals to under root of K divided by C. And alpha is directly proportional to 1 divided by under root C, and alpha is directly proportional to under root of V. Why? Because concentration is inversely proportional to the 1 by volume, and volume is equals to dilution. That's why alpha is directly proportional to the dilution by dilution law. And as the dilution increases, alpha increases, and at infinite dilution alpha will be 100%, means ionization, degree of ionization will be 100%. Thus, you can conclude that for weak electrolytes, the degree of ionization is directly proportional to the square root of dilution, or inversely proportional to the square root of concentration, and this law is known as the Ostwald's dilution law. Okay, so from Ostwald's dilution law, we have two major outcomes. Number one, at infinite dilution, the value of alpha becomes equals to the 1. And number second outcome is the value of concentration should be in terms of normality. If you talk about the limitations of Ostwald's dilution law, we have two limitations, or you can say we have two drawbacks for Ostwald's dilution law. Number one is it is not applicable for strong electrolytes. This is applicable only for weak electrolytes. And second is it is not applicable for saturated solutions. Next, the ionization constant of water and its ionic product. If we talk about the ionization constant of water and its ionic product, first of all, let's see some important points related to water. First of all, the nature of water is always neutral. Why? Because water can act as an acid as well as acts as a base. That's why we may conclude water is a neutral substance. If you talk about the concentration of H plus and OH minus ions in 1 liter of H2O, then this will be equals to 10 to the power minus 7 mole liter inverse, and concentration of OH minus ions will be equals to 10 to the power minus 7 mole liter inverse. If you talk about the number of H plus and OH minus ions in 1 liter water, then number of H plus ions and OH minus ions will be equals to 10 to the power minus 7 Na. Now what is Na? Na is the number of Avogadro number. Okay. Now number of water moles in 1 liter of water. If you want to calculate the moles of a water in 1 liter of water, then 1000 divided by 18. Why? Because you know it very well, to calculate the number of moles, you require given mass divided by the molecular mass. Okay, then 1000 divided by 100. Then number of moles will be equals to 55.55 moles. If we talk about number of water molecules in 1 liter water, then this will be equals to 55.55 into Avogadro's number, that is Na. And molar concentration of water molecules in water is also equals to 55.55 mole liter inverse. Okay, so these were the some points related to water. You have to remember, you have to memorize all the points. Okay, now if you want to calculate the degree of ionization constant for water, then number of H2O molecules is to number of H plus ions. Then you may conclude that 1 H plus ion is obtained from 55.5 into 10 to the power 7 H2O molecules. So degree of ionization of water will be equals to X divided by A. Then this will be equals to degree of ionization will be equals to 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 9. And if you talk about the degree of ionization into percentage, then it will be equals to 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 7%. Okay. So these are the two very important numerical data. You have to remember these 2 points related to water. Now, hence water is a very weak electrolyte. K is the ionization constant of water. If you want to calculate the ionization constant for water, then you have to apply the law of mass action, and after applying the law of mass action, you may conclude that ionization of constant of water is equals to 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 16. Okay, so this is also very important numerical data. Now, second is ionic product of water. First of all, ionic product of water is represented by Kw, and Kw means K into H2O, the concentration of H2O. That means this is equals to H plus, concentration of H plus into concentration of OH minus ions. You know it very well, concentration of H plus and OH minus ions are 10 to the power minus 7 and 10 to the power minus 7. So basically at 25 degrees Celsius, Kw will be equals to 10 to the power minus 7 into 10 to the power minus 7, which is equals to 10 to the power minus 14. So if you talk about K and Kw, then Kw will be always greater than the value of K. And from the Kw, ionic product of water, you can calculate the value of pKw, which is equals to pH plus pOH. Now what is pH and pOH? pH has the important formula that is equals to minus of log H plus, and pOH has the important formula that is minus of log OH minus ions concentration. Here you have to only remember the important formulas for pH and pOH. I repeat, pH is equals to minus log of H plus ions concentration, and to calculate the value of pOH, this is equals to minus log OH minus ions concentration. Okay. For pH and pOH, we will discuss the detailed about pH and pOH in the next class. But now we have our important question, that is, what should be the number of H plus ions in 1 ml of distilled water? If the number of H plus ions in 1 liter is 6.02223 into 10 to the power 10, you have to calculate the number of H plus ions. Okay, so you have 30 seconds guys. Please do this question quickly. Once again guys, here in this question, this is not 10 to the power 10, this is your 10 to the power 16. Okay, once again, while solving this question you have to remember this is 6.023 into 10 to the power 16. Now you can solve this question. Okay, let's see the solution for this question. So you have to calculate the number of H plus ions in 1 ml of distilled water. So that will be equals to 6.023 into 10 to the power 16 divided by 1000. Then the answer will be 6.023 into 10 to the power 30. Next question we have, that is based on pH. This is very important and very simple question. You have given the concentration of H plus ions, that is equals to 5 by 3 into 10 to the power minus 4, and you have to calculate the value of pH. You have 30 seconds. Please do this question quickly. Okay, so here you have to remember the formula to calculate the value of pH, that is equals to minus of log into H plus ions concentration. So you have given the value of H plus ions concentration, that is 5 divided by 3 into 10 to the power minus 4. Then minus log 5 by 3 plus log 10 to the power minus 4. You know it very well because this is multiplication symbol. That's why we have put it the plus sign. Then minus log 5 minus log 3. Why? Because log 5 by 3 will be equals to log 5 minus log 3 minus, then this is the power, it will comes here, then 4 log 10. You know it very well. The value of log 10 is 1. That's why log 5 minus log 3 minus 4. After putting the values of all the logs, you can get the answer. You will get the answer as minus bracket minus 3.778, and this minus minus will become plus. That's why the value of pH will be equals to 3.778. Okay, so this was all about today's lecture, guys. Now, in case if you are new here, you can like, share and subscribe. You can also join our Telegram channel Gurmantra. You can join our Facebook page Gurmantra Shiksha Ka Granth. And if you have any query, you can mail us or contact us. Complete information is given to you on your screens. Now, a very important announcement. If you are preparing for CSIR UGC NET, you can follow Neha Taneja ma'am on Unacademy platform. Neha Taneja ma'am is one of the best educator on Unacademy. On Unacademy, you will get daily life classes, structural courses, live test and quizzes, and with one subscription, you will get unlimited access. If you are interested, you can go through with this detailed paid classes. Complete information is given to you on your screens. While taking these detailed paid classes, you can use referral code NEHA, that is NEHA. And after using this referral code, you will get 10% discount on total fee. Thank you very much, guys. I hope now you all are cleared about the today's concept.